Hey, what's up, y'all? So today I traded a number of different stocks. A little all over the place, but it came out pretty good. Very proud of my trades today. So LVGO, Lubango, I started trading this when it was going up, showed sign of weakness. So I added small size because I know that there's a level up here. It may try to hit it, so I didn't want to go too big, have it pop, and then kind of overcommit. So it's kind of like a fighter, right? You just do a jab, just feel out the defense, see what happens. That's what I did. Threw out a little jab right here. It comes up. I kind of missed this. So I was thinking that maybe it'll go up higher. See what happens. It did. It dropped. So it was all good because this is below where I entered. Seeing what happens. It popped up again, so it formed like a double top. So I added to it. And then on the drop, I just got out. Obviously, I could have held it until it got down the view app, but this was a pretty strong stock. Didn't know how it's going to react. If you pull back on the 5 minute here, you see that there is a level there. And then if you go even beyond the 5 minute, you go to 15, you see why I went short heroes, because this is a level of resistance. So this is why I picked my spots, and this is where I picked my spot for an exit as well. So that was like LVGO. Going down the list was my biggest winner, NKLA. I started with a small size 500 shares. I had a little FOMO because this is getting up high, but there's this rejection here, so I don't know if this was going to go down or not. So I didn't want to overcommit. Usually I pick small sizes, but this is a cheap stock variation. The spread wasn't too bad. So I went short 500 shares. It dropped. Decided to just get all out just because of these, and also because it looked like it may try to get up to this level up here on top. So I got out, and then it did pop. And this is when I went back in. I didn't overcommit. Usually I would take like maybe 1,000, 2,000 shares for something this small and this cheap, but I don't know if it will pop above this and then feel some resistance, and then it may still be a strong stock, but it may drop a little, and then I would have to get out. So I wanted the extra firepower for that situation. So instead I went in 600 shares. It did drop, and then I just basically covered 200 in 200 share segments just to see what happens, because it did bounce around here for a bit. Eventually it did continue to fall, but I didn't want to bank on that. So this is a pretty sizable gap anyways. It's 69 cents or something, all the way down to 30. So it's like a 30-40 cent drop. So 600 shares definitely got me a lot of moolah. And then I went and did NVAX. Little tricky one. Oh, good thing I did that. Didn't know I had an order sitting around. So for NVAX, I thought it was going up because it was holding this level, because it was also quite distended. So I took 100 shares long, and then on the drop, it looked like it might have stopped. So I went in. You see, it was kind of consolidating around this area. So I went in at another long, so 200 shares now. It did do this, and then I thought to myself, like, hey, hold on, wait a minute, let's take a look at the other time period. So 5 minute didn't look like there's any resistance. 15 minute, no resistance. 60 minute, I'm not resistance, sorry, support. Now there's support down here because you go back all the way here, which corresponds to here. Look at that, perfect level of support. Now it's trying to go back up. I'm tempted to go in, but I'm not going to do it. If I go in, it'll probably go up to 103 because this level of support is so distended. It may just try to recover some. I'm not going to do it. Not today. I have other things to do. So anyway, but yeah, so this is the one where I stopped myself out. Super proud. I think this is one of my best plays of the day. If I didn't do that, I'll be stuck here. So PTON. So this one I added on the way down, and then sold on the way up. The reason I did this was I went short because it was holding this level, and if we look at the 5 minute, actually 15 minute, there was a level here. So I took a small size 100 shares, it dropped a bit, added to it 100 shares because sometimes it goes below that. And then it dropped once more. I added 300 shares, and then I said, screw it, I'm not going to add any more until it comes down here to touch like 126 or whatnot, different levels of support. it popped. So because of this at near the bottom here, the average price of this is pretty low. So I started to scale out. After I scale out, it dropped. And then it popped again. But now it's probably going to try and test this level here. But yep, so this is the reason why I take small sizes. So, feel it out. Because if I went in big, I would have been screwed. But if I went in small, if this pops, it takes care of my FOMO, right? And so that's sort of my style now. And this is the way I play. So. And then Roku, I took a short. It hit this level. I took it on the short side. It did bounce up, tested a few times, so it looked very strong. So on the way down, it hit VWAP. I just got out. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. But turns out it started to just collapse by a couple of points. So I missed that run, but it's better safe than sorry. This is a pretty strong stock. It did touch VWAP. It may just pop and go. So anyway, that's it for my day. A little longer than usual. I took a lot more shares and a lot more different takers than usual, but it is what it is. Peace out.